Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey, today we are going to look at the Timeless project from RSVP Magic, Gary Jones, and Russ Stevens. Alright, so the Timeless project, what is this? This is well, first of all, it's a deck of cards, okay? It's a deck of cards that was designed by Bill Thompson actually quite a while ago. You can actually find some deck reviews on YouTube where people actually just review this deck as a deck, okay? But the Timeless project was put together by RSVP Magic using Bill Thompson's deck and finding creative ways to use not only the deck itself, the court cards, but also the gaffs that were included into 5 really cool magic tricks. And so these are card tricks, okay? And the deck of cards allows you to do these really cool card tricks, and they're all centered around the clock face. They're all centered around time. All right, so a couple questions we always ask about all of our magic reviews, and the first of which is, what's in the box? What's in the box? You're getting a full-size, thick DVD hard-shell case box. And then inside that, of course, you're getting an actual physical DVD. DVD is roughly 50 minutes long. And then you're also gonna get 2 decks. Now you're gonna get a sealed Timeless deck, okay, a sealed Timeless deck that is a normal deck. All right, and then you're gonna get an extra deck. This deck is opened, and it's been specially made into a gaff deck. And so between the 2 decks, okay, your spectator will never know that you have 2 decks. So you'll do some switching or you'll do some finaglery. And between the 2 decks, you'll be able to do these amazing tricks. Is it what I thought? It actually is, because this is a familiar way to make a regular deck into a gaff deck. It's a familiar way using a familiar method, and it was one of the methods that I guessed. How are the angles on it? Pretty much no angles to it at all. There's not really a whole lot of ways you can screw this up, but there is some. I think with this style of deck, you're always worried a little bit about flashing, and I'll get to that a little later in the bottom. Can it be inspected? Obviously, there's 2 decks, like I said. One deck, the normal deck, of course, can be inspected to your heart's content. The second one is a gaff deck, and so no, that one can't be inspected. What's the overall quality and production value of the video? The video is great. RSVP did a really great job putting this together. Gary Jones, Russ Stevens, they do an awesome job going through it. You got multiple camera angles, lots of it, very well mic'd, no background music. You got a good combination of in-studio performances to teaching, and then a lot of time is given to each effect so that you really walk away thinking that you really learned that trick. As far as what's taught on the DVD, you're going to learn 5 really cool magic tricks, and then a lot of little awesome ideas in there. 2 of the effects, Dual Time and Just a Second, use the gaff cards that come with the deck, and then the other tricks that you learn involve the gimmicked deck. So you're actually going to learn tricks with both decks. So you'll be able to do tricks with the normal deck and with the gaff deck. All right, so is the deck well made? It is well made. It is a United States Playing Card Company deck, and this would probably be a good time to do a little tiny mini deck review. The front of the tuck case says Timeless. You have a watch face right there, pocket watch, okay? And it's currently showing 12:30. You have a little bit of flora in the background there, and it says Playing Cards underneath that. Both sides say Timeless Playing Cards, and the bottom says For My Friend Bill Thompson. He was the one, like I said, who created the design of this deck. And the back design, of course, is the back design of the cards. You have a standard USPCC tuck seal, and it does say Timeless at the top. There's a really cool feature about the tongue flap. When you pull it all the way out and lay it back down, it actually repeats the image of the back design. I've never seen that. That's pretty cool. As far as the cards themselves on the inside, the back design is a bunch of clock gears and then a clock in each corner. They are not marked cards, so don't ask if they're marked. They're not marked cards. And you have a lot of design work elements. You're getting blacks, grays and this kind of like deep turquoise. Your ace of spades says RSVP across the top, and it has that really scripty spade pip there in the center, and it does say timeless underneath that. Your pips and indice cards are completely redone, so you have a nice big beautiful font in the corner, very tall, and then a smaller indice underneath that, and then your pips themselves have a little bit of flecking to them, like the ink is flecking away, so it kind of makes the deck look old-timey. Your court cards are all kind of these retro H.G. Wells looking time machine type characters out of like Jack the Ripper era. And they're all original, they all are different characters, and then each one also has a clock face on their card, and that clock face reveals a different time. You are also going to get 2 gaffs with this. One of them is a duplicate king that has a different clock time than his predecessor, and then the other one is a card with a shattered clock face. And just a note about the gaff cards, you will only get 1 set of gaffs. So the gaff deck that you get will not include jokers, will not include gaff cards, but the sealed new deck will include those. How much practice does this require? Chances are, I'm gonna go out on a limb, chances are you've used this gaff deck before. Okay, this is a familiar gaff deck to most people, classic of Magic. How much setup and reset is there? The gaff deck pretty much needs to be assembled once you get it. So they don't assemble it for you, they prepare it for you, but you will have to assemble it and put it together. I'm gonna just go out there and say it's similar to, no, I'm not gonna tell you. Positives. All right, so what are the positives to the Timeless Project? RSVP Magic has taken this beautiful deck from Bill Thompson and transformed it into an entirely magical routine. Negatives. All right, so what are the negatives? You know, like we say around here, there's negatives to everything. These are just the negatives that I see. They don't have to be the negatives that you see. I'm not a huge fan of the preparation that's done to this deck. I'm not a fan of these style decks, and I think a lot of times when you get gaff cards, you're like, oh, it's this. And I think I only have 2 of these decks in my entire collection as it is, because usually when I get them, I don't like them. But everyone's either a fan of them or they're not a fan of them. So yeah, it's kind of like sweet and sour chicken. You're either a fan or you're not. Is it worth your money? You're getting 2 decks of cards, like I said, 1 gaff, 1 normal, and you're getting almost an hour of teaching. The product itself is about $45. So I think you have to really love the artwork, love this deck of cards, and then want to do these style effects. Please read through the description carefully, read some reviews from some other people, and I think you can make a really good judgment. Who would like this? I think fans that want to do like time tricks. I mean, I think there's some other mentalist effects out there that involve people's watches, right? Guessing times and using clocks, especially if your character carries a pocket watch. I think that would be a good thing. Or if your character had like a steampunk H.G. Wells type theme, I think would like this deck as well. All right, so that's pretty much everything I can say about the Timeless Project from Gary Jones, Russ Stevens, and RSVP Magic. Of course, I want to thank Murphy's Magic Supplies for allowing me to have this so that I could do the review for you. And if you would like to purchase it for yourself, you can find it from your very favorite Murphy's Magic dealer. Thanks, bye.